Hey, happy Friday, everyone. How are you? I wanted to hop on here today and talk about a post that I posted yesterday about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is super popular and it's been popular for some time now, and I think there can be a lot of confusion around it, like a lot of diet trends, and I think people take it to the extreme. They don't understand why they're doing it. When they take it to the extreme, they undereat and then overeat, or one or the other. So I wanted to talk about that post. If you didn't see that post or read that post about intermittent fasting that I posted yesterday, head on over to my profile and read it. So personally, as someone who has suffered from disordered eating, borderline anorexia when I was a teenager, things like that, intermittent fasting and fasting is not something that I recommend unless people understand specifically why they are doing it and how to implement it correctly. And in that case, if they know why they're doing it, they understand the science behind it, and they know how to implement it correctly, then yes, I totally support it. And yes, I will say that, and I'll get into it in a second, I practice a little bit along the lines of what I posted about yesterday when it comes to having a fast between dinner and breakfast the next day. So there is scientific research that has been done that shows that intermittent fasting it helps to turn off the anti-longevity gene and turn on the longevity gene. So I talk about those two different genes in the post that I posted yesterday. So it can be helpful towards anti-aging. So it helps towards anti-aging. And then the other thing that intermittent fasting can help with is it helps to reduce inflammation in the gut. It gives your gut a break. It also helps to, when you're constantly eating, you're building up your glycogen stores. So it helps to, as it relates to blood sugar, regulating blood sugar, and helps with insulin sensitivity. So it can help with that as well. So 3 things. It helps with anti-aging, and studies have been done that it does help with that. It helps to reduce inflammation in the gut, so it helps with gut health. And then number 3, related to gut health, it helps to reduce insulin sensitivity and regulate blood sugar. It helps with insulin sensitivity and helps to regulate blood sugar. So those 3 reasons are why intermittent fasting can be good. Now, how do you apply it correctly? So based upon the studies that have been done, a fast from anywhere from 12 hours up to 18 hours is helpful. And typically what's recommended is you take that fast from the last meal that you have at night, so that can be dinner, your bedtime snack, all the way until the first meal that you have the next day. So say you finish your last meal at 8 o'clock at night, then the next day you want to wait at least, so 8 a.m. would be 12 hours. You want to wait at least 12 hours before you have your meal the next day, which is totally doable. It's completely manageable, and you can do it up to 18 hours. So say 11 a.m. would be 15 hours if you waited until 11 a.m. And 18 hours can be a little bit tougher, right? So that would be at 2 p.m. the next day. So I would say if you're going to implement intermittent fasting, go for the 12 to 15 hour window from your nighttime meal the night before and then the first meal that you have the next day, right? Between dinner and breakfast, essentially. So 12 to 15 hours is a good window. Now, the minimum number of times that is recommended that you do it based upon studies that have been done is once a week for anti-aging, once to help with to turn off the anti-longevity gene, and once to turn on the longevity gene. Or if your goal is weight loss, then 2 times a week. So that's totally doable. You can do it 1 or 2 times a week. Now, personally, what I do is I do a daily 12-hour fast. So what I'll do is, and I think a 12-hour fast is completely manageable daily, because I'll have my last meal. I usually have a bedtime snack. So say I have my bedtime snack at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night, and then I don't have my first meal for the next day until 10 or 11 a.m. the next day. And I think that's totally doable depending on when you have your last meal and then your first meal. I think that if you keep it to a 12-hour window, that's something that you can do daily. Now, the only time that there's an exception to my rule, and I'm not like hard and fast, it's just something that I just try to stick to. The only time that I have an exception to that rule is if I'm traveling one weekend and I'm teaching at a workshop that weekend and I have to wake up early and teach. Then I will get up and I will have breakfast earlier because I always eat before I teach a workshop. I don't fast. I eat when I teach. And I always have breakfast because I'm never sure when I'm going to get my next meal when I'm teaching on a workshop weekend. But typically I do that 12-hour fast from my last meal at night, between my last meal at night to the first meal that I have the next day. And I think that's totally doable to do daily. But quick review, the minimum amount of times that it's recommended that you do it in a week based upon research that has been done is one time a week for anti-aging and 2 times a week if your goal is weight loss or fat loss. So I hope that helps to clarify some things around intermittent fasting, because I know that it can be really confusing and people try to do it and then they don't have success because they overdo it. They do like 24-hour fasts and 48-hour fasts, and you don't need to go bananas like that, okay? Just stick to like the 12 to tops 18-hour window 1 or 2 times a week. Start with that and then you can make adjustments from there. This is something that I cover in my 45-day hormone reset, and I have a new reset that's going to start, a new session of my reset that's going to start on Sunday, and the deadline to sign up for that is tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to join the holiday session of the hormone reset, tonight is the deadline to sign up. The link is in my bio to sign up. It's a great program to do, especially during the holidays. I think that we get so caught up in all this food and then we feel so badly about ourselves because we've been stuffing ourselves the entire holiday season, that this helps you to stay accountable through the holiday season. So I hope that you'll join me for my 45-day hormone reset. It's open to ladies only. It's only for ladies, but link is in my bio to sign up. Deadline is tonight. We start on Sunday, and I hope to see you there, and I'll be back on live real soon. All right, bye.